Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another election prediction. This time we have Governor Andy Beshear of the state of Kentucky up against former President Donald Trump. So, Andy Beshear, I really do think he would be a great emergency candidate to run if Biden decides to drop out of the race. The question is, I think he would struggle in a Democratic primary. Again, he would be seen as a more, let's say, a more centrist Democrat, and those really struggle to win in primaries. Plus, yeah, it'll be kind of hard for him to win. I mean, could he get over progressive voters? I'm not sure. It depends on the candidates running there, if he would be the most loud. I think Whitmer would probably win the primary if Biden were to drop out, but let's just get on with this hypothetical anyway. So, again, I think Andy Beshear would make a lot of formerly safe red states a lot more competitive than they were last time. I could see him doing really well in Kansas, Montana, South Carolina, keeping them down below 10% margins. Even in Alaska, I see him getting it as a lean red margin. I really think he could do quite well in these rural states, just make them a lot more competitive than they were usually. Even in the state of Kentucky, I think he could get it to likely red. It is his home state. He has a very high approval rating here. Even though elections tend to be very polarized, I think Kentucky and Andy Beshear has a pretty strong home state advantage that he can make the state a lot more competitive than usual, but Trump would still win here by like 9 points. So it's nearly a safe red margin anyway. But he could put up a good fight in this state. So let's get on with the rest of the states. So Colorado, New Mexico, Virginia, Maine at large. I think he'd do pretty well in all these traditionally Democratic states, even flipping Maine second. Again, he's comparable to Jared Golden, who's a moderate centrist Democrat in Maine second, who frequently wins here by pretty comfortable margins. So I think Beshear can do that as well. In Nebraska second, I would put it as likely blue, and Nebraska's first, likely red. Again, I think you'd do better in Biden than both of these districts. Iowa and Ohio, however, they're both lean red states. I don't think he'd still be able to win them. He'll make them more competitive than usual due to his centrist nature, but it's really not enough to flip these states. In Florida, I still have this as a. Actually, I would put it as lean red. I think he would do a bit better than Manchin would here and Biden would here. I think he would get a more independent voters to go his way. I still think he would actually hold Democrats' margin with minority voters. Again, he got pretty good minority turnout in Kentucky last time around in Louisville. So he does have a decent appeal with black voters. And that's kind of key to a lot of states, especially in the South, and keeping them competitive. In Texas, it's still a lean red state. Trump would still probably win here by 3.5% against Beshear, but he would be a pretty solid candidate to make Texas trend blue yet again in 2024. In New Hampshire and Minnesota, I have these both as likely blue states. I think you would hold the Democrats' margins in both these states. I think you'd be a pretty solid candidate in doing that. In Arizona and Nevada, have these both as just lean blue states. I think he would perform pretty well here among independent voters, hold their margins among minorities too. And Donald Trump, he doesn't have the best favorability rating. Andy Beshear would probably be seen quite positively by the nation. He did have a pretty solid approval rating in Kentucky from a red state, so I do think he would have a wide range of appeal among voters in America. Okay. In the Rust Belt states, I'm only going to put them as like the lean categories. I think he would each win Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin all by lean blue margins. I think he would do well among populist types of voters, moderates, independents alike, and while holding all the Democratic coalition together in this blue wall of states, thus preventing Trump from winning another term here, just because Beshear would definitely have a higher favorability than Joe Biden. That's for sure. And in these last two states of Georgia and North Carolina, I think Georgia lean blue, North Carolina tilt blue. So Beshear, he would probably be one of the better candidates to run the Democrats as the Democrats' candidates. The real question is, I think he would struggle to win a Democratic primary. So unfortunately, even if Biden were to drop out, him becoming the nominee, it's quite unlikely considering there'll be a lot more left-wing Democrats running that'll probably be having a better appeal and better chances at winning the primary. Probably like Whitmer, I could see her winning. Harris, which would probably lead to the Democratic defeat in 2024. But those are the types of candidates I expect to do well in a primary. Well, other than that, if you aren't subbed already, I'd gladly recommend doing so. I'd highly appreciate it. And if you have any feedback about this video, disagree or disagree with some of the states, let me know in the comments below. Always interested in hearing back from you guys. Okay, other than that, I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.